So I always make these Blu-ray collection videos. I've never done one for DVD, but I think DVD is something that needs to be talked about more. I don't have a lot of DVDs. Why? Because I've kind of been a snob, okay? I'd rather have this in high definition than on a DVD. It may be cheaper to buy DVDs, or it may be whatever, but this is just factually higher quality than this. Plus, look at this. It's slimmer. Okay, it's slimmer, right? Yeah, slimmer. And, yeah, all slim and nice, and it puts on the shelf a lot easier. So, yeah, I'm a DVD collector for things that have not been on Blu-ray. Now, I should say that I've gotten less so into that mentality. I used to have movies. I had about 20 or so DVDs about 4 something years ago that I bought because they were not available on Blu-ray. I also had a lot of DVDs because I was in the mentality, I don't really care what format I own this movie in. I just want to own this movie, which, don't do that personally. I just don't like that mentality. Why? Because you should watch the film in the highest quality available. That's not streaming, it's not DVD, it's not VHS. It's either Blu-ray or 4K. There are bad-looking Blu-rays and 4Ks, but for the most part, it is one of the highest quality ways to watch a movie. It is better than watching movies on a big screen at times. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. And a lot of the movies that I got rid of that were not on Blu-ray are now on Blu-ray. You can buy them. So, yeah, I've gotten into more of collecting series because there are series that will never be on Blu-ray. There are series that don't even have their final seasons out. They've just got a couple seasons out. Or they're just direct-to-video stuff that's like, really? Do you think this is going to get a Blu-ray release? And I more so, if I'm going to buy a DVD, it's going to be a new release or something released by Mill Creek. I've even been careful about Mill Creek because Mill Creek, right, they had Charlie's Angels. That was available for years on DVD. And right when I was about to pick it up, they announced a Blu-ray set from the same company. So, yeah, I'm very patient, and that's one of the most important things when you're collecting movies or anything is be patient. Because, right, there's always that time where you, let's say I really want this Luke Skywalker action figure, and they're only making 1,000 of them plus. And so you go pay the highest eBay bid to get it. A couple months later, that thing's not valued at that much anymore because they made another variant, and you could have saved a lot of money. But you had to have it right now. You know, be patient about this stuff because, yes, it is, you know, I miss out on things by being patient, but I also save money, and I also, you know, I also don't waste money at the same time and things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of important things that you should do there. But yeah. So I'm going to show you my DVDs. I know I've shown them in Blu-ray collection videos, but those are more focused on Blu-rays. So I'm actually going to try to go more in depth than I do with my normal Blu-ray haul, because I don't have that many DVDs, and I can actually do that. So give me a minute. So now it's actually a little bit lighter in here because I turned on a lamp in there. But yeah. So let's start with the Happy Days, seasons 1 through 6. I took off the slip. But yeah, this is what it looks like with the slip on if you really want to see it. So I got this at Best Buy. I think it was during Black Friday or for Christmas. So yeah, my grandma bought me this. But it was part of a Black Friday sale. And we didn't buy this during Black Friday. It might even still be 10 bucks, but it was 10 bucks for 6 seasons of the show. How many discs are in here? You know what? We'll count that when we open this up. But yeah. So you got it here. And you see this right here. It says season 1 has a list of all the episodes and the amount of discs in each season and stuff. So there's about I don't know. There should be about 20 something discs or 15. There's not a whole lot. You know. So they have only 6 seasons of the show out, and you can buy them separately, but they're all collected in here, which it's a way nicer than having them all individually. Why do you need every season individually, right? But this is not the entire series. There's 11 seasons. I think it's 11. But I haven't watched through all this. I've not even made it through really season 1. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever put out the final seasons. My guess is they won't. Hopefully one day the show will end up on Netflix or something, or they'll come out with a reboot or something, or a revival. Well, not a revival. You can't do a revival of the show. But if they do like a reboot on Netflix or something, or some streaming service at some point, we will get those final seasons, you know, because that happens a lot. You know, things come out of circulation, and then what happens is there's talks of a reboot and things like that, and then it's like everyone starts talking about it again, and then a company sees demand for this again because of that, and so they reprint stuff, or a movie hits, or a series hits its anniversary date or something, and really, they don't even need to release the final seasons individually. They just need to put them in a set like this. The last like 5 seasons or something like that. So it'd be like seasons 7 through 11, 7, 11. I don't know, but yeah, I like this show. Really, the show is not very good. It's kind of dated. It's pretty cheesy. It's, you know, this is one of the things that got Ron Howard his start, and he went on to do greater things. Where do I have it? You know, he was in American Graffiti after the show, and he was in bigger and better things. And yeah, he's a great director. He directed. Well, he finished directing Solo after they, you know, what's his face? The duo did the Lego Movie. Can't remember their names. I almost want to say Chris Farley and I don't even know, but like that's not them. Chris Farley's dead anyways. I don't think he directed anything. He's an actor, so, or a comedian, but I don't know. Phil Lord and Chris Miller. That's it. That's the names. If you haven't seen this movie, it's great. You should watch it. But they were fired from Solo, and he finished the movie, and he did a decent job at it. I'm not, you know, I preferred to see the Phil Lord and Chris Miller cut. But, you know, he's gone on to direct things like Willow and stuff, and he's a really great actor and director. And, yeah, I love the guy, and I think, you know, this is what got him to start, so I respect the show for that. But really, this show's only good for one character, the Fonz. Hey! You know, I quote that character all the time, and I'm always mentioning him. All my friends are like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Stop bringing up this stupid character. It's just like, well, you should watch the show. But, yeah, you should watch it because he is one of the most popular TV characters of all time for a reason. And, you know, just having that context is kind of important, I guess, to be part of pop culture. Next series we got here is Animaniacs. I still have not watched through all this. Mostly because, as much as Animaniacs is a great show, I don't love it like everyone else does. I never actually thought they'd put the whole show out in its own box set, but they finally did, which I'm glad they did. It also includes the movie Wacko's Wish, which I didn't think it would, honestly, but I believe See, I hate how these sets, they, you know, here's all this text, but why don't you put how many episodes are on each, how many episodes are in the set, you know, how many discs. I'd like to know that stuff, because I don't want to sit here and count it out, right? There is an episode guide, which I do like that better than, you know, the Happy Days set. Shows you the amount of discs per season, which these seasons are actually pretty long, because the show is actually really popular. It still is pretty popular. It's supposed to reboot it on Hulu at some point. But Pinky and the Brain is a great series, and I feel like, now this was out there, I thought they would put it out, but they never have. Maybe they will years later. I think maybe this series didn't sell so well. I think it was if I had to take a guess, it's really the price point. $53 for this series is a bit much. There's only 4 seasons and a movie, and it's a direct-to-video movie. It's not like it's a high-budget thing. What they really should have been charging for the series was $40, maybe 30. That's really it. I think they charged a little too much for this series, but for the most part, I enjoy this series. I just need to actually get back to watching it so I can do a video on it. And then I have a couple Shout Factory sets. I used to have the Hey Arnold one and Rocco one, and they reprinted them in better editions, and I want to get them at some point. I just haven't. But Angry Beavers, great series. I love the show. It's super funny. I love the voice acting in the show. I think it's fantastic. It makes the show tons of fun to watch just for the characters' voices and stuff like that. And I enjoy watching the show quite a bit for that. It's a nice set. It's pretty simple. You know, there's not actually, what I don't like is there's no episode guides. So I don't, there's so many discs here that it's hard to remember what all the episodes are. But it does list how many episodes are on here. 62, 10 DVDs. So I'm supposed to figure out through 10 DVDs what certain episodes are on each disc. Yeah, I don't like having to do that. It's very it's very irritating. It's a nice set, and it's a great series and fun to watch, but just like, you know, having to worry about, is this episode on this disc or whatever, you know, I'd rather just have it be within the set, you know. That's what I don't like about TV shows sometimes. Of course, I have Danny Phantom, and I will never buy anything from this creator again after some of the horrible stuff he's seen. I'm not going to go over it in this video, but you can look up Birch Hartman on YouTube, find tons of videos explaining it better than I could. And yeah, but same problem with the Angry Beaver set. I'm not going to go too much into it. The first 2 seasons of the show are really good for the most part. They're fun. They're kind of basic superhero stuff, but they're still pretty fun. It has a little bit of tonal issues and some bad writing here or there, but it's pretty fun for the first 2 seasons. There's some great character development and stuff. But then you get to season 3 and just no. Just no. I'm not even going to talk about that. And then right here we got the Rugrats trilogy. I don't think I've talked about special features with this stuff, but there really isn't that many special features on any of these sets. But, you know, with this set, there's actually more here. I did a review on the main channel for all this stuff. And Rugrats movie is great for what it is. The Rugrats in Paris is really good. And the Rugrats Go Wild is kind of... get that out of here. So yeah, I don't care for it, but I like how the Rugrats movie has the short that premiered in front of it, Cat Dog Winslow's documentary, which not a great short. It's whatever. I don't really like Cat Dog. Cat Dog kind of weird show. But, you know, there's a documentary on here for Rugrats in Paris, and then, you know, you got deleted scenes and stuff for this stuff, so it's kind of a nice set. I think I paid $5 for the trilogy. You know, it's better than the Godfather trilogy. in terms of how good each movie is consistently. I mean, because yeah, the third one's bad like the Godfather trilogy, but it's not as bad as Godfather 3. I'm kidding, but you know what? Godfather 3 is horrible. I love the Godfather movies, though. This next pickup here is Dilbert. This is a great show. I love Dilbert. I love the comics and stuff. So I will say this is a very cheap edition of this movie. The artwork on the front to me looks like it was printed out. Like, this does not look official, but it is official. I don't know. This seems like it was one printed out image. It seems kind of cheap, but yeah, it's whatever. But what I really don't like is there are 3 discs here. Just 3. And the episodes are listed on each disc. Sorry, this is really hard to show you, but because I have to show you. But you see it. There's disc 1, season 1, and it lists all 10 episodes. So essentially, to pull this out, I have to pull out all the other discs. I have to scratch them, get them dirtied up, which sucks because how hard would it have been for you to just make 2 flippers for 2 freaking discs? It might have been 5 cents more, but you know what? You didn't do it. It's kind of ridiculous that they stack them, but Mill Creek used to do this a lot, and they don't do this anymore. I'm glad they don't, because this is lazy. There's no other word for it. It is flat out lazy. You need flippers, because it ruins your disc. This is a movie I picked up at the dollar store. There's no Blu-ray for this. I thought there was, honestly, but there isn't. Rabbit's Run. Now, this is made after the Looney Tunes show, and it's supposed to be like the series finale of the Looney Tunes show. It's really not, though. It doesn't even feel like it's in the same universe. It's kind of a weird Looney Tunes adventure movie. It's kind of boring, but as a Dollar Tree pickup, I like it enough. I like the Looney Tunes, so I thought it would be cool to have in the collection. That's all I really have to say about it. I think I did a review for this on the main channel if you want to check that out. Kabam Studios, check that out. And then I just recently picked this one up. Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island, and Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Nice set, got a nice slipcover. I'm glad it's not a flipper, and I just did 2 reviews for both of these movies on the channel. So you can watch that here on this channel. But yeah, it's, you know, you got everything here. There really isn't anything in terms of special features, which I don't really need special features from some lame Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movies. This one is actually really good, though. I love Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Return to Zombie Island was meh, but in some sense I enjoyed it, so. This is another Dollar Tree pickup. If you love Don Bluth, and if you don't know who Don Bluth is, he directed Land Before Time, American Tail, Anastasia. In fact, where is my copy of Anastasia? Fortunately, my slipcover ripped. Not my fault, though. Long story, but yeah, there's the copy of Anastasia. I need to get more Don Bluth movies. He also directed, I don't know why I said drink it. Directed, excuse me, I can't speak today, Secret of NIMH. And, you know, so he was a legendary Disney animator, and he left Disney and went on to do his own animated films independently. He was very successful at it for a few decades, then he kind of fell and crashed and burned. And there's videos you can learn about that, but he is a legendary animation director. People love him. I love him. And as someone who loves him, this is his first independent project outside of Disney. I believe he did a short called The Small One. And, yeah, he did that for Disney, and that was an excellent short. But this is actually his first independent project, and it's pretty good for what it is. I got this for, I think, $1. Yeah, $1. I bought it at the dollar store. It's got audio commentary from Don Bluth and Gary Goldman, and you know, another a conversation with Don Bluth, the story behind Banjo. You know, there's actual legitimate bonus features on here, which is more you can actually say for the Land Before Time Blu-ray and American Tail Blu-ray. Believe it or not, those movies have 0 Blu-rays. And you know what? They could have got Don Bluth to do audio commentaries for them, because he loves doing audio commentaries, and he's probably going to die before they'll ever be actually put onto those Blu-rays, which is kind of sad to say, but like, the guy's getting up there in years, and they haven't done it yet, and so we'll see what happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't want to be morbid, but the guy's pretty old. I haven't watched this yet because I was saving it for Christmas time, but this is the small, I almost said the small one, because we're talking about Don Bluth, but this is not Don Bluth. These are talked about, and I believe these are based on a children's novel, and they're really talked about. They're really super talked about for in terms of like Christmas specials, more so like underground Christmas specials. You know, like ones that aren't super popular. Like, you know, you got your Rudolphs, your Frosties, you know, and your Grinch and stuff. But this is one of the lesser known ones, but it's still kind of popular. It's always talked about as something really good, and it won for Best Animated Short in 1982. So I've never seen The Snowman or Father Christmas. This is a double pack. I will watch them at some point, not sure when, but they are things that people really seem to like, so I probably will love them, but I'm not going to watch them until Christmas time, because they are Christmas shorts. So yeah, I guess I could do a Christmas in July thing and watch them into July, but I do not celebrate Christmas in July. I'm not one of those weirdos. I'm kidding, but you know. So yeah, that's my whole DVD collection. I don't have a lot. Like I said, I'm not a big DVD collector. I definitely have more DVDs I'm looking at. I'm not going to say anything in particular at the moment, but yeah, I don't know. I'm at a point now, like I said, I collect DVDs, but I'm not going out of my way to buy DVDs as much anymore. And Blu-rays will always be my main focus, and then 4Ks will also be my main focus. So those two things are more of a priority than any Blu-ray could ever, or any DVD, I mean, could ever be. I collect CDs more than I collect Blu-rays. I have more CDs than I do DVDs. So